everyone, it's JJ here and welcome to my channel. My sister asked me to make a very quick card for her brother-in-law birthday, my partner. She would like a card with the same design as this card, but using the colors of the gift package, yellow, grey and black. So let's go! I will share two different cards using the same design. I have already made the two card bases with the standard size, that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. For the first card I will use the yellow pattern paper from this Woodland work pad, while for the background card I will use this grey card that I bought at Lidl. I cut out a rectangle that completely covers up the front of the card base, that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and with these rectangle dies, stitch rectangle dies, I will cut out the yellow pattern paper with the 8 rectangle die starting from the center. You will notice that I get a panel slightly smaller than my card base, showing the double print of the card. I'm going to fix the flap of the paper with a piece of foam pad, and then I'm gonna glue the yellow panel on the grey background with the Nuvo glue, which gives me the possibility to move the paper for a few seconds and straighten it. As you have seen before, the package has a black cockade, so I will add black details by cutting this beautiful black satin paper. The die I'm gonna use as chosen by my sister, and it is exactly this. From the Mixed Media Set 1 by Sizzix-Tim Holtz, a very versatile set to add decorations on mixed media layout, but also on card, of course. For this card I will not use this part of the die cut, but the negative, that is the small rhombuses. From this number die set by Sizzix, I'm going to die cut 3 and 2 on the yellow pattern paper, which would be the years of the young boy celebrated. As sentiment, I will use this circular stamp similar to a seal or to one of those postmarks that you can see on stamps in the envelopes. Before to stamp, I sprinkle the area with an anti-static powder, as I will do hot embossing on the stamp. This tool will ensure that the embossing powder adheres only to the interested part, avoiding unpleasant grains of powder outside the picture that I should then remove with a brush. So as you have seen, I'm stamping with the Onyx black VersaFine ink, and I'm using the stamping platform, so can I stamp several times in the same position, getting a nice and crisp impression. I'm going to sprinkle the stamp with a clear embossing powder, taking care to put a sheet of paper underneath so I can put the excess powder back on its bottle. With my heat gun I'm gonna melt the embossing powder, and I get a fantastic shiny effect and a slight dimension. Now I can start fighting with myself to decide how and how many rhombuses to place on top of my card. Once their position is more or less decided, I glue everything with my Nuvo Deluxe glue. While I'd like to remind you that you can find all the supplies I'm using on the description box below, as well as the link to my blog. I'm gonna die cut the numbers 3 and 2 one more time on black satin paper. I'm going to stick them below the yellow ones, slightly offset. This is an easy trick to create a shadow effect, as well as to give a slight thickness to the element. I'm gluing the numbers in the upper right corner, and I'm gonna add the finishing touches. With the Aqua Shimmer by Nuvo, I apply a layer of glitter on the 32 and on the cake to give a touch of gloss to the card. Then my obsession, the Nuvo drops. So I'm going to create a few drops here and there with the black and the yellow crystal drops. And the first card is done. For the second card I will use a pattern paper from the Blue Blossom Pad by Craft Perfect. I will keep the same color combination, grey, yellow and black, to match my sister's gift package, who can then choose which of the two cards she prefers. As for the previous card, I die cut the pattern paper with the stitch rectangle die. This banner will be slightly smaller than the card base. As a background card, I will use this yellow classic card that I have cut out to cover up completely the front of my card, that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. You can notice that I have inverted the color to the previous card. To be honest, the pattern paper I have chosen is more blue than grey, but it is slightly grey, maybe. Going back to us, I'm gluing the panel over the yellow background paper. Then I can proceed to fold the upper right corner of the pattern paper, fixing the flap with a piece of foam pad. To decorate the upper right corner, I will use the leftover positive part of the previous card. I'm gonna cut it to give the impression that it come out from the pocket. Using the same birthday number set by Sizzix, I die cut the word today and the numbers 3 and 2, all on the same yellow classic card as the background. Now the struggle for the element placement can begin. I'm gonna glue everything down, but I will not stick the 32, because if the card is not used, I will have to wait for a 32nd birthday to be able to give it away. I'm so convinced that my sister will choose the other one. I'm gonna cut out the excess. And let's move on to add the final details. Of course, with the Nuvo drops. I'm using the same crystal drops I used before for the first card, yellow and black. And the second card is also done. It takes an hour to dry the drops of the Nuvo drops, at least externally. And the card can be delivered, but it would be better no crush in any way, therefore no envelope. The video ends here. I hope I have given you some tips to make a quickly but beautiful last minute card, especially if you avoid using crystal drops. In addition, we continue to use the pattern paper and the scrapbooking blocks, which take dust in our shelves. Leave me a quick like if you enjoyed the video and a comment to tell me which is your favorite card. Which one will my sister have chosen? Thanks for watching, see you all next time and be colorful!